for Kelsey, when you started today, it seemed like there were glimpses of what this offense could be in the first quarter. Just what was working for you guys starting quarter four from the field?
Me individually, I'm kind of a pace player, so I like to, play downhill, playing a high pace type of system, and knowing that I got 22 alongside me, get the ball up the floor, and kind of get to where it can get. We only really getting started, so the more and more we kind of keep playing these games together, I think that chemistry is more that you guys will see.
One for each of you, if I could. Caitlin, you guys obviously played at an elevated pace at Iowa. This seems like this game was closest to the pace that you were used to playing in college. Wondering, how much you think that made a difference in terms of the opportunities you were able to see. And just one for Kelsey.
Yeah, I think, our goal is we want to play fast. I think we're getting better at that. I think it would be easier if we were able to string some more stops together. Like Kel said in the locker room, like it's hard to play fast when we're just continuing to cancel out each other's buckets. Like that's not really too beneficial for us. Like we go down and score and then we can't get back in transition defense. So I think there's a balance there that we have to find. And but we definitely want to play fast. But I think there can be times where we can slow it down a little bit after we turn the ball over a couple times and maybe just get into something. But that'll come. You'll learn that. And but overall, yeah, I think we want to play fast. We have people that can run the floor. When Kels gets up the floor too, I think it causes a lot of problems, matchup problems. So yeah, it'll only get better for sure.
And just Kelsey, for you, obviously 3 and 5, I think, but 6 and 11, you're not getting practice time. So there's time on the floor. How much does it feel like this is getting you where you needed to go? Did you feel more of it at the end of this game, even at the start of this game?
I think I felt it throughout the course of the game for sure. I think for us, it's about this is the professional league. Like I don't know what people expect or what they're looking for, but this is going to take a little time. And I think that with us and what we're trying to build, it's only right that we kind of take these moments and utilize them. Us playing against the best of the best is only how we're gonna get better, right? So you're in the trenches with Stewie and you go play AT and DeWanna Bonner. I mean, those guys are the best, right? So, if we can compete and show early how we can, get better down the stretch of the end, you could be in a playoff run.
Keelan, I know before the game you talked about being more aggressive on screens. That first quarter you seem to be rolling. Just feel more comfortable, and that helped you get going for the game, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. I thought I just came out and just played harder, and I think that's going to be just my biggest focus going forward. Just come out and compete and play hard. I thought our whole group did that. We got down 20, we got down whatever it was. Like we never gave up. We always chipped away and made some runs. So I think just playing with an aggressive mindset. I think our pace, the way we push the ball at the floor, like that's just hard to guard. I thought it wore them out a little bit, but also caused a few matchup problems, and we were able to get into a little bit of a flow at the beginning. But yeah, I think just coming out and playing fast and playing hard is going to be my biggest focus.
For either of you guys, it seemed like post game, on the court before we walked to the locker room, you gathered together in a huddle and said some exchanged words. I guess for either, what did you guys say? What was kind of the message in that huddle?
Collectively, we don't play to lose. So the mindset is that we go out there with the mindset to win. We're not settling for anything, and that has to be expressed because the narrative is the narrative. Us not winning is the narrative. But at the end of the day, we don't come here to play to lose. And I think that conversation has to be consistent in our locker room and in our huddles. So
back early,
back here.
No
question for both. You guys' profiles growing at a time where gambling and betting is becoming more prevalent, player props, things of that nature. I'm wondering, as a pro, how do you guys handle that? Caitlin, you specifically, as a rookie, as all this is blowing up around WNBA, how do you handle, people just sort of betting on you and things of that nature?
To be honest, I never hear about it. I could care less. That's not where my focus is. My focus is on the basketball court and playing my game. I don't really go on social media. I don't know what they say. I don't really concern myself with their opinions. And it is what it is. Everybody can do whatever they want with their life. That's just a fact of it. But, this is our job. This is what we're doing. You're not worried about whatever they're doing. So I think that's really it.
The third row on the left.
This is for Caitlin. Can you just comment on playing for the first time of the season in New York? We spoke to a lot of Liberty fans, but there were also, especially a lot of the young girls, were Caitlin Clark fans. So comment on that.
Yeah, I thought the atmosphere was incredible. Definitely a lot of young girls here today, which was a lot of fun to see. But, the Liberty definitely deserved this crowd. They've been incredible over the course of the last few seasons. And They're going to be incredible this year. So it was fun to play here in New York for the first time and play in front of this environment. I think that just brings out the best in a competitor. Like I love playing in front of these environments. So I think it was fun for our entire team, and happy for New York to have this type of environment. I hope those fans continue to show up, and I know they will.
Hey, this is for Caitlin. Looking at the calendar, it's hard to believe it's been 6 weeks since the end of the 13-game season. Is there anything you've been doing for yourself to prevent the potential of burning out, like after playing all those games?
Yeah, I think just taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. But also I'm just trying to remind myself, like, I know this is my job now, but like I have fun playing this game. And I think that needs to be my focus through the course of this year, is just like have fun. That's when I'm at my best too. And that's when I was at my best in college. So it's the same situation for every rookie coming in here. You can make whatever excuse you want, but there is no excuses. Players that are in this league were rookies once before. They dealt with the same thing. So everybody goes through it. It's obviously not ideal for your body, but I think it just, makes you kind of grow up a little bit, makes you mature a little bit, makes you become a real professional athlete, and finding ways to take care of your mind, take care of your body. And, but at the same time, like, it shouldn't be hard for you to wake up and play a basketball game when you get to do that for a living.
Okay, despite the tough loss here, it appears you've gotten out of a shooting strut. What does a game like this do for your confidence and just overall build for your team?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I never feel like I'm ever in a shooting funk. Like they either go in or they don't. Like I don't lose my confidence. Like I never thought that until you said that, but thanks for letting me know. I don't know. I mean, it's always good to see the ball go in the hole, especially early in the game as a scorer. Like that just gives you a little boost of confidence, plays with gives you an extra pep in your step. But I don't know. I think I was just more active. I think I was cutting harder, setting up screens harder, got a few backdoor cuts for layups. So I think just playing with better pace, and that's kind of a learning thing. It's not something I always had to do at Iowa. But in the league, like everybody's all over me. They're hounding me 94 feet. I'm getting trapped on every ball screen. So getting blocked on every, stagger screen. So I think it's just a learning process. And, I'm going to continue to learn from game to game, but I thought tonight was better.
Alexa, go
For both of you, how did you like how you responded in this moment after Thursday, and how can that help going into another rematch against the Sun, and then even later this month having to face other opponents multiple times?
I think it was better, but we shouldn't be happy, obviously. I think there's ways for us to go as a group and as a team. And I think that we didn't lose about 40 today, so I'll take it. So I think for us, we use it as momentum, obviously, but we could be better. And I think, it's somewhat at the end of the tunnel for this one, but I think, like I said, we could definitely be better.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I mean, I would agree. I think obviously the third and fourth quarters, you can probably find some positives from. I mean, in the first half, if we find a way to guard the 3-point line a little bit better, even through the game overall, it's going to be hard to win a game when they shoot 15 to 32. And a lot of those probably weren't even contested. So I think just find a way to play some better defense there. But, you got to find some positives, but you also got to find ways to continue to improve and build on it.
The last 1 second right? Just go ahead.
Okay. This is Caitlin. I don't know how well you know Sabrina, or even if you do all that well, but just what can you learn going up against her? I think there was a sequence in the first where she hit a corner 3.
Yeah.
And then you came back down the other end and hit a catch and shoot 3. A moment like that.
Yeah, I think the thing about Sav that I appreciate is she impacts the game, all over on the offensive end. But I think since playing her the last 2 games, I think her movement, she never stops moving. She's always on the move. She sets up cuts. She's always just got a bounce in her feet. And I think that's, something that I can try to replicate in my game. But yeah, I think that's just the biggest thing I've noticed playing her over the course of the last 2 games.
Kelsey was in here and she said, hey, it wasn't a 40-point loss. I'll take it. Kind of Caitlin echoed lots of positives to take, even if there's room for growth. What did you see kind of on both sides of that coin?
Yeah, lots of growth from night before last till today. I told you guys earlier the word was compete. That was the word of the day. I asked them what that felt like, sounded like, looked like. I thought that's what it was for us tonight. If we could find shooters in the first half, they had 12 threes, I think. I mean, it's a whole different ball game. We had 16 turnovers, which I'm not happy about, but we gave up all those points, all those turnovers. Really proud of the fact that we won point paints tonight. That was huge for us. I challenged Liz, I challenged AB. We won 38-32. The other night it was 28-48. Wasn't close. And they really stepped up to the challenge and we out-rebounded.
Coach, in terms of what you saw in Temi, not just tonight, but just so far, you know, what is she doing well in this return to the league, and what are some things where you say, all right, this is the areas she's still got to get better?
Yeah. First, I'll start with her leadership has been great. I mean, she's a veteran. She understands. So for me, that's really helped with the locker room, with her being in there. On the court, you know, she just gives you so much energy. She is running. She can get up and down the floor so fast. Caitlin's been able to hit her. Kelsey's been able to hit her. You know, she's still figuring out just like we all are. There's some shots that I don't think, you know, that are just great for her, but she is like, whatever you need, coach. So you know, if I just show her in the video, she's 100% whatever you need, coach, whatever we need to do to win.
That 3-8 transition, do you want her taking that shot? Was that in her bag for you?
Not right now.
Okay.
No.
Just the start of the game, you started 4-4. I think Clark had 3 assists in that time. Just what did you see from that sequence, or how is it a glimpse of what the offense could be?
Yeah, I think tonight overall was just a better indication of exactly where we are. I think we could not even figure that out the other night, and that was what was so frustrating. Now we kind of have an idea of where we are. I think it's, you know, Kelsey and Caitlin are a problem. There's, you know, their speed is unbelievable. And once we have time where we can practice and they get those reps together and just playing together, it's just going to be really hard for our defense to be able to stay with them.
Just, you know, Aaliyah's performance, how do you kind of evaluate where she's at right now? Are you satisfied with, you know, the touches she's getting, you know, how you're finding her on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, Aaliyah's, you know, going up against some of the top posts in the country, in this league. And she's been trying to find her way. She's really did a good job tonight. She didn't let her emotions get her tonight. But I think she ended up with 12 and 7, or, you know, I'm really proud of what she did. She set better screens tonight. You know, it's hard when you've got Kelsey and Caitlin out there and you're trying to run. And I think she did exactly what we needed her to do tonight.
You get to Alexa.
So you have another rematch coming up against the Sun, and then even the rest of the schedule for May, it feels like you're playing multiple teams twice. How do you hope that having to have a rematch against a team like this can help your team when you have, you know, rematches against the Sun, or rematches against the Storm or Sparks, whatever, down the line?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good motivational piece whenever you're, you know, showing clips from our game the other night. And you know, they were really disappointed in her after her New York game the other night. And I think they showed up today with a chip on their shoulder, wanting to prove what they're capable of doing. And I think against Connecticut, it's the same thing. You know, we're finding our way. It's a process. We're finding our way.
In a short amount of time, how important has the relationship between Erica Wheeler and kind of fostering Caitlin Clark been to see?
Yeah, I think they started that before. I think EW has done an amazing job just with helping Caitlin with the transition, helping her understand. They talk a lot of basketball. They watch video together, just trying to show her what this league is about and help her, you know, be as successful as she can for us and for our team. That's what we're trying to do, just get better.
Good. All right, thank you.
Sorry, I'll get down really quick. You mentioned the threes in the first half that you guys gave up. Did you think it was just defensive breakdowns, not paying attention to detail? What kind of did you attribute that to?
Well, they moved the ball extremely well, and we were in rotations a lot. We just have to do better of getting out there. I think 100% we did a much better job in the second half of getting out there to those shooters. So it was just, you know, figuring out like how to sprint out of certain rotations. And that's just, you know, getting a chance to work on it. But you can't hesitate. And that's what we've been doing. We will stop sometimes and you just can't. You cannot hesitate at all on these guys. They're just too good.
Last one, Howard.
Howard, you're going to give me some more tea if you want to spend my question.
The speed that they were playing at, is that where you want this team to be playing in terms of pace? Is that instructive to your team to be able to see it up close in 2 consecutive games?
100%. That's exactly, we want to play that way. But when we get down there and if we don't have an advantage, that's the maturity piece where we've got to take it up. You know, we got to get back, bounce it out, and get right into something. And I think that's the juggling act. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Do you have to, at Iowa, a lot of, Caitlin talked a lot with her bigs about like learning to catch the basketball and like be prepared, hands up, hands ready. And people talked about like getting in the face or breaking fingers, like a few times some of those stretch passes, fumble for turnovers. Is that something you can work on or want to work on? Or, when you talk about pace, do you want to cut that out too?
Yeah, no, we're going to get those passes as soon as we get all in, a place where we can work on that and the experience together, the timing on it. I mean, we're going to get those. We want to run our post, have an opportunity to get out. Caitlin's, willing passer. Of course, like that's what we're going to keep trying to do.